Welcome, faithful listeners, to the Persona Podcast. This is our 6th link. I had to think about that because we've had so many. And this is a very special podcast because it is just going to be me and Melissa.
Hi, guys.
I almost called you Lauren, but that's just because her name's first on the list. Yes, unfortunately, Will is Australian and Lauren is a bit busy and not able to meet us today. If by some miracle Will gets on, we'll be able to throw him into the show. It'll just be more effort for me, but we can do it. But either way, this episode's going to be half Persona podcast and half Catherine playthrough. So if you do not want to hear us talk about Catherine, you're in luck, because we're going to save all the Catherine talk for the end of the show.
Aw, yeah.
Alright, so I guess first we can kind of talk. So Melissa, what have you been doing in the past, it's been two and a half weeks? Almost 3 weeks.
2.5.
We're on the almost Final Fantasy Union podcast schedule, and that we don't want that to happen.
No. What have I been doing? I've had school, and I play video games.
What have you been playing?
I've been playing Knights, which I got all the trophies except for one. And then I started playing The Walking Dead, and I beat episode 1 yesterday.
After, weeks and weeks of me telling you to play it.
Yeah, he's like,
play
this game, I'm play this game. I'm like, I don't know, man, I don't know.
She was dumb and thought, I don't know why Walking Dead looks so cool.
I don't know why everyone likes this stuff. Yeah.
And if anyone has actually not played The Walking Dead, you should get on that, because that game is legit.
Except for their lip flaps kind of suck.
Oh, whatever. It's a downloadable game. If you're used to those kind of games, you'll be all up in that. All right, so I guess I have a question for you about Nights though. Have you gotten to the Christmas part?
Yeah, I
How's
beat
the
it.
Christmas Nights?
It's cool. Except I expected there to be another boss, because there was only one boss, but it's just a Christmas version of the first one.
Do you get to fight the Hanukkah monster?
No, it's a weird lizard thing that kind of looks like it's sort of out of How to Train Your Dragon for some reason.
So you're fighting Toothless?
I don't know. He's not black. He's green and red and weird Christmassy colors.
Weird.
I know.
I found out some weird stuff about that game though. Apparently it's not using the Wii's graphics. It's based off the PS2.
Yeah, it's based off
Nights,
PS2 Nights.
and everyone hates the PS2 Nights.
Why would everyone hate it?
Well, it never came out in America.
Oh, true.
So you wouldn't know how much people hated it. Apparently.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just when you go back to the Saturn one, it just looks flat as heck.
Well, yeah, that's Saturn games though.
I got the gold trophy.
I guess you've been working on anything else?
Pokemon.
Oh yeah, where are you at in Pokemon now? Actually.
I have to get the 4th badge, but I was just playing around in the desert, and then I went to Anime Club and I was like, "Play this mission with me. Play this mission with me." I'm like, "I'm not anywhere near the grass. I can't play this mission with you." And they're like, "Play this mission with me."
Wait, there's missions in Pokemon Black
yeah,
and White too?
if you go into the link thing or something, you can play the item mission or the berry mission, or you have to catch a certain Pokemon or something.
Was that in Black and White? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Weird.
I don't know, but you can play it with
way,
other people, and you can get items and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
well,
fun.
Talking about games that have been out and recycled for over 10 years now. No, that has nothing to do with it. But yeah, Pokemon Black and White. Go pick it up if you like Pokemon, because it's the same game.
Black and White 2. It's not the same game.
It's a 90% same.
No. More 70.
It's still an extremely large amount.
Whatever, man.
But
it's still different.
All right. Well, I guess talking about what I've been up to, I've been a little bit less busy, thankfully, working my multiple jobs and whatnot. But I guess the highlights would have to be finishing Walking Dead episode 4, and much like everybody else, that has a crazy setup for the final parts. Finally got the chance to play Tokyo Jungle after buying it freaking 2 episodes ago. And just in case anybody's wondering, Tokyo Jungle is a really cool and weird PlayStation Network title, which this is a full retail game in Japan, but they knew it would never sell for $60, and it's pretty much a post-apocalyptic Tokyo where it's all run over by animals, pets, and zoo creatures. And you just kind of start off and it's basically just have to survive, hunt, feed, and mate for as long as you can.
That's so cute.
It is cute because you get to start off as a Pomeranian.
Aww.
Although I downloaded like the fat cat, so I'm just playing as like a fat house cat who's just running around Tokyo killing things.
That's so funny.
It's really weird, but it's really good. God, I feel like a lot's kind of been going on, but yeah, and all the pimping stuff I've really just been doing is later on. Games wise, pretty much just been that, and what I'll be talking about next, which is Code of Princess. And if you are an Atlas fan or follow us on our Facebook group and stuff, you probably know how much I've been trying to pimp the hell out of Code of Princess. And Code of Princess is kind of like the spiritual successor to this old Sega Saturn game called Guardians of Heroes. It does like really cool stuff. Like the first sword you get in the game for Code of Princess is actually called Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just dumb stuff for old people like me who played the Saturn. But in case you don't know anything about Code of Princess, it's a 2D side-scroll on the 3DS, but it has these really, really gorgeous graphics to it and stuff. Now, the only actual negative thing I have to say about the game so far is like amazing voice acting, amazing visuals, amazing gameplay, and online. But the only negative is they really printed like barely any of it. Like the only way to really guarantee a copy now at this point is, well, at least this is America. They're apparently working out deals to bring it over to Europe. Like it's going to be coming to Europe. We just don't know by who yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Atlas has said. But I'm trying to really think. It's like, yeah, the only places that you could really get it in America were GameStop or Amazon. And Amazon still has copies. They're not like on the verge of losing them all yet. But most of the stores around me pretty much got none or one. Like none of the main stores got them either. Like I was trying to get one at Best Buy and I just got totally screwed and had to like go all over the place to get it. But like if you get it and if you're a fan of like 2D brawlers or just Atlas stuff in general, it is really good. Especially because it's priced at $40, but you get a really nice little art book and a CD sampler like you get with most Atlas games. And well, pretty much if you're a collector, you'll probably have either gotten it, or if you haven't, you'll be searching your butt off to get it later.
It's on Amazon. You don't really have to do that much effort.
Well, I mean, some people don't like using Amazon. It's weird.
Well, why not?
Actually, have you seen the newest South Park episode?
No, I haven't.
The latest one is all about like a parody of The Dark Knight Rises, as well as with Amazon, and it's all about how the UPS guy like goes around town like having sex with all the wives.
What?
It's like, this is the price you have to pay for getting your stuff delivered to you.
What?
It's really messed up. You can watch it at like southparkstudios.com. It's pretty hilarious just for the fact that you get to see.
Yeah, I used to watch stuff on there.
That you get to see all of the you get to see all the people, all the husbands and Cartman wearing the Bane mask and having Bane voice. But yeah, so definitely check out Code of Princess, and I'll pretty much just be playing my ass off with it for the next couple of weeks.
I'll get it eventually, and I'll play it with you.
Yeah. But I guess next, Melissa, you want to talk about Persona 4 stuff?
Persona 4 Golden stuff.
It came out.
It came out in Japan, but not here yet.
No, I meant the stuff.
Oh, there's the stuff, yeah. There's a features trailer, and there's a bunch of stuff in it. There'll be a new online dungeon rescue mode where you can call for assistance if you're about to die in this TV world. There's lots of anime cutscenes, a brand new opening, and it's gonna have 100 plus hours, and it comes out on November 20th.
I could already like virtually see you like checking down this bullet list of like somewhere. Yeah, so pretty much along with the new features trailer, Atlas decided to have a like 30 to 40 second video overload and just posted like, it's definitely like over like 15 or so of just random cutscenes and events throughout Golden and whatnot. It's cool if you like want to see different like all the new voice actors and stuff. Well, not all the like Chie and Teddy. It's cool seeing all them.
Not really. It's just kind of like 5 seconds.
Yeah, they're just very short. Like it's nothing to really give an opinion on. It's kind of like, well, yep, the game. There you go.
Yep. And then
kind of more stuff I want to
IGN
see.
Started a wiki.
I don't really know
not
why
really,
that. I don't know why that's getting...
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's
don't
probably
really
just
care.
to promote the game, but it's like IGN has wikis for everything.
True.
It's a slow news day, so people just
I
want to
mean,
talk about
Atlas
wikis.
has their own wiki, and Shin Megami has their own wiki.
Well, yeah, but IGN's wiki is whatever because it's IGN. They're popular and a bunch of other stuff. But enough about Persona 4 Golden. We're gonna not talk about that as much as we have been for the past 5 shows. And it's coming out November 20th. We're all going to try and buy it, and then we'll talk our asses off about it. But until then, we are going to talk about our responses we got from last week's evokers. And if you're trying to remember or just didn't listen to last week's show, the evoker was, what are your thoughts on like Persona like coming out? Like, is Persona sort of getting oversaturated? And yeah, should take a break. Is basically the short one. And our first evoker is from Nolan Allen on Facebook, and he says, I may be a little late on the response, but if the Persona team is focusing on Persona 5 now, they should spend a lot of time on it. What I mean is, they need to give us time to miss the series and actually look forward to the next game. By focusing all their time on the new game, development will hopefully take at least 2 years, probably going to be longer though, that's just my opinion, depending on how long the game will be. This will be nice for us because the longer the wait, the more time we have to take everything in that comes out. Then finally, once we're all satisfied, this was a lot longer actually reading it than I was looking at. Once we're all satisfied with everything, we will have Persona 5 to look forward to. So once Persona 5 comes out, hopefully 2 years, it will be long, exciting, and have a kick-ass story. That will be something to look forward to.
Mouthful.
Yes, mouthful, but always worth having really long responses because that's the whole point of having our topics and whatnot.
Because we love you guys. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, but kind of talking about it, games like Persona, I mean, as long as they're not like sort of like Fez or Golden, they honestly take a lot longer than 2 years unless they're huge development teams. Like, not every game can be Resident Evil 6 and have over 600 people working on the game.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's what the credits take a while.
Damn.
But I don't know. It is interesting and stuff. But I mean, from what you'll hear later on, people sort of do have a somewhat of the same opinion we did last time.
Mm-hmm.
But Melissa, you want to talk about our next one?
Okay. The next evoker response is from Sam Estevanes. I'm sorry if I butchered your last name. And she asked this, or told us this on Facebook, and she says, I think the Persona game should take at least 1 to 1.5 years off from releasing anything else until Persona 5. I'm just saying this for the games since the first part of the Persona 3 movie trilogy will most likely debut this coming year, or which probably means is beginning of next year. But yeah, I pretty much agree. I mean, if you want to make this really awesome, kick-ass game, probably will take a while, and I don't know, I just don't think that they should come out with anything game-related next year.
But I am totally... I mean, I really enjoy the fact that they're finally adapting anime well, as well as, like, with movies and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see, like, Persona 3, like, by the time that actually comes out here, like, how that'll go. Especially because, like, I don't know, who was the main voice actor for Minato, I guess, who did all the grunts and stuff?
Was it Yuri Lowenthal?
I don't know. That would be odd. I never besides Johnny Young Bosch, because he does a lot of gosh dang voice acting. I'm not too sure. I guess you can like look it up while I read our next one.
Okay.
All right, Walderling Schnitzeldong, who I recently found out this week. Yeah, the guys at the Kingdom Hearts Union podcast really like saying his name. I mean, like they really like saying it. Like they're like, oh man, it's our favorite name to say.
Yeah, I was right. Yuri Lowenthal, who also does Pharaoh's Ryoji, and that's it.
He's also Ryoji?
Yeah.
Man, that's weird. So Yosuke is going to be the main guy in 3, unless they change that. I feel like they might change that, though. I don't know.
Maybe. Like, all he did was just say Persona and...
Well, yeah, but I mean, with the movies, there's going to be actual, like, dialogue and stuff.
Oh, well, I don't know. Because it doesn't sound too much like Yosuke.
Yeah, that's a good point. Who knows?
I mean...
People, anime films, they enjoy using a lot of the same people, just because it's cheap and they don't have to go far.
We'll see.
Alright, but going back to Snitzeldong, his response was... when someone is producing an artistic creative project, whether it be games, movies, or music, I'm never one to say take a break. Just because there's too much content coming out, however, if the quality starts to suffer, then it might be time to take a break and find some inspiration. If Atlas continues making quality Persona products, I'm happy for them and to keep pumping them out. You might say you're getting bombarded with too much Persona stuff, but I'm being bombarded with too many games in general. If there happens to be a couple more Persona games in the mix, it might make a difference to me, or a little difference to me. I mean, I definitely see your point. It's not like we've had anything really bad come out.
No.
I mean, the only thing to really complain about is that P4A had, like, a little bit of an underwhelming story, but it was still an awesome game. But, I mean...
it'd be cool if they had some, like, downloadable content that was, like, characters. To, like,
well, I mean, who knows about that? Because actually, a little bit of interesting stuff is I've been reading, apparently, Persona 4 Arena has not really sold awesomely. Like, I think it's sold, like, with this week, it's now finally reached over 50,000. Mm-hmm. So it, like, hasn't even reached over the 100,000 mark.
That's not good.
Yeah, but, I mean, that's the thing, though, with Atlas titles. It's like, while it's like, yes, 50,000 is better than nothing, it's like, yeah, but they were really promoting the hell out of that game, like, as much as an Atlas game can't be promoted. And, I mean, hopefully it'll have legs and whatnot, but it might just kind of make the difference because, like, even, like, BlazBlue is, like, sold better in America. But, I mean, altogether, it'll pretty much make or break the difference between us seeing, like, a yearly P4A retail disc edition. Mm-hmm. Like, hopefully if numbers stay the same, we'll be able to get some DLC, but...
Who knows right now?
Yeah. Alright, so you want to get our next one now?
Yes. Okay, this next one is from D'Angelo Thomas, and he says, I think it should be a 1.5 to 2 year break in between them releasing 5 from when P4G comes out. I think that's a good amount of time. It already takes hours and hours, sometimes leading up to 100 plus if you want to do everything to complete a Persona game. They also have to take into account the many people who are new to the series and who might want to go back and play the others, which will not even... More hours? Okay. Also, people can be quite busy and can't devote much time to play Persona games. Maybe 1 to 2 at best will they be able to put into a Persona game a day. With Persona 4 Golden on the horizon, I think we'll be able to have more than enough to hold us out for 2 years. That's not including the playability of P4A. Focus on other projects for now, Alice. Yes, I agree that Atlas should focus more on other projects. I mean, they are doing it, but... they should do a new IP. Like, seriously.
I mean, they do it. I mean, Atlas already does a lot of new IPs.
True.
It's just the fact that they never are as popular as, like, what is it, Hackers or Jackers? I think
Soul
it's Jackers,
Hackers?
right?
Hackers.
Oh, Soul Hackers. Like, Soul Hackers was, like, it did okay, but it didn't do, like, Persona big.
No.
It'll be interesting, like, with Shin Megami Tensei 4, if that does better than Persona. Like, a lot of people are saying it, like... Persona is already a bigger name than Shin Megami Tensei, and that's been around for much more years.
Mm-hmm. Who knows?
So it'll be interesting, I guess, to see. And our last one is from Haseo. He says, well, there are a lot of equal advantages for either spamming us with all the Persona goodness or take a break. Advantage for spamming new Persona content like DLC. We might have all been waiting for, like, Junpei's DLC character like they did for BlazBlue Continuum Shift with all the characters they added. Plus, if they keep doing what they are doing, maybe the Persona series could become really popular in America instead of being a quote-unquote indie hit. Yet the advantages for taking a break with better quality stuff and maybe more time to focus on Persona 5, which I hear an underground rumor that it is going to ditch the quote-unquote school gameplay and focus on adults with actual problems in their life instead of teenage drama and bitchiness. I never really, like, thought of it as being too much bitchiness, although I guess I kind of played all those games while I was in high school, so it's like, oh, this is so true. I just come home after school after a long day.
I can relate, man.
I go into the TV world a lot when I was in high school.
You did.
I mean, I didn't actually fight creatures. I just pretty much came home and watched Cartoon Network for like 12 hours a day, but I like to count that as going into the TV world.
Yeah.
But I guess, I mean, yeah, everybody really wants Junpei to be added as DLC. I've had to say. It's like him and Minato they really wanted to see in the game.
It just doesn't make sense if Minato's in the game, though. It's so
Well,
weird.
Having Elizabeth in the game barely makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because if you play through her story mode, it's pretty much like everyone in the whole game's like, what are you
Who the
doing
heck's
here?
Who's this girl? Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess, so thanks again to everybody for all the evoker responses. This is definitely our most content-heavy responses we've ever got from all you guys. And, definitely you can keep sending them into the forums, but we got most of these from our Facebook group, so if you want to, you can just send all your questions and stuff there, so that way there's no text limit or having to sign up for GU if you don't want to.
Mm-hmm. No
and
pressure.
No pressure, just do it. But our evoker for next week or next time, will be, what do you think of playing through Catherine the first 6 nights? And me and Melissa will not get into that now in case anybody hates Catherine for whatever reason or doesn't want to hear Catherine or is just sick of Catherine and other stuff. But we have 2 questions we are going to go over, and I shall get the first one so you don't have to read 2 Haseo questions in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And Haseo's question is, so since the recent death of the voice actor of Igor, Isamu
Tanaka.
I'm gonna just, he's dead, so he's not really gonna care if I, he's not gonna care if I ruin his name. Not. He's like, it's okay. This question will be all about, this question will be all about the Velvet Room. What is your favorite Velvet Room assistant, like Elizabeth or Margaret, and who would you like to see as a next assistant? Example, Persona 3 main character, Nanako, Adachi, Fuka, etc., etc. What about you, Melissa?
I don't know. Does that even make a lot of sense having them in there?
I don't know, like, because we seriously don't know anything, like, about Elizabeth or Margaret or, what is his name, like, Theodore?
Theo?
Right? Theo, yeah, like, we don't really know, like, how they got there, so they could have been, like, past Persona users that...
They could always have, like, new characters, too.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, my favorite is... It's not Elizabeth. Like, Elizabeth's really crazy and kooky and she's funny, but I like Margaret a lot just because the fact, like, she was a lot more fun to, like, take out on, like to have, like, a social link with and stuff, I thought.
Mm-hmm. I mean, because just with Elizabeth and Theo, all you had to do is just, like, take them out, but then it wasn't like...
I never actually finished my playthrough with the female in Persona 3.
I didn't finish either. I finished the whole, like, Theo stuff. It was just like, take me to your room. And...
Well, like, what's his personality like, is my main thing. Is he like a
know.
male Elizabeth? Or is he more serious?
I don't think he's really serious. He's kind of like a male Elizabeth. Kind of just like... He's not boring or anything.
Well, I mean, there are very few characters who are actually boring.
No. He's just like, sort of gentleman-y, I guess. I mean, I don't know, he's just basically an alternate Elizabeth, if you want to call that.
Well, yeah, I mean, there is a couple differences between a man and a woman. But I guess for like next assistant, it would be cool to see. Like Minato would be a really cool like throwback if they do that in Persona 5. I don't know, like who would you want to add?
Who do I want to add?
Yes.
Maybe Fuka. I guess.
I mean, I would have liked to seen more Fuka in P4A.
Yeah.
Besides,
I mean,
the fact
if
that
she was
talked.
there, if like maybe she was some sort of side character, like that would give you advice in the game, if it wouldn't be raced around high school.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I'm randomly getting the feeling like somebody asked us something on Facebook recently, like a question, but it just wasn't something right away. But here, you can read the next question while I rack my brain for this.
Nolan Allen says, who do you enjoy better, Fuka or Teddy? Well, what do you mean, like voices or something? Because...
I think, no, I'm pretty sure he means just like the characters themselves.
Oh. Okay, Teddy's really cute, but Fuka's pretty awesome.
Alright, now do you mean normal Teddy, or do you mean like naked Teddy?
What?
Well, Teddy is naked.
Oh yeah, he's a bear. Normal Teddy and human Teddy?
It's the best of both worlds, Hannah Montana.
It's not even.
Oh, alright. Well, I do not remember who in God's name sent it or whatever, but somebody I thought was asking me at one point, either way, you're just going to get opinions on this, was asking about Persona 3's like social link, and it was talking about like Innocent Sin Online, the Hermit one.
Yeah.
So whoever it is who asked me, or if I'm just being crazy. Oh, that was the like on rainy days you could like play online on your computer.
I know, but I mean, where did you see that question?
I have no idea.
Oh.
But I might just be crazy and mixing this up, but I'm 99% sure somebody asked me and I just can't seem to find it. Okay. I mean, I went really far into that social link just for the fact that I was a huge like Innocent Sin, or I guess Persona 2 fan. I couldn't really be too big of an Innocent Sin fan since it never came out. And just thought it was really cool since, I mean, it just sort of gave more depth into a game that America never really got too much of. Mm-hmm. I don't know, what about, like, did you really do too much of it, Melissa?
Not really. I don't know why.
You're just too cool to play it all the way?
Too cool to play all the way.
Alright, well, all of that random aside, I swear to God, so somebody asked you that, but somebody got our thoughts. Like, if you ask me that, please post somewhere or remind me so I can like not feel as dumb for this. But
don't feel dumb. It's just if you saw it, you saw it. If you didn't, you didn't.
I just saw somebody ask a question on like another podcast and just stole it.
Hey, they're stealing our questions.
If only we had competition.
Oh, they're
right now.
there.
No, it's cool. Like, I've had like some people like tell us about like, but they just don't want to or whatever. I don't know. But all right, I guess we're clocking in at like 30 minutes, which is actually better than I thought we'd be doing just for having two people on. And looks like Will probably not be joining us because he's sleeping at 6 a.m. Australian time. So before we get into all the Catherine goodness, time for me to pretty much plug everything. And sorry again about being super late with this show. It's just Lauren has been kind of sick and I've been super busy, and people with school and times, it's just kind of hard to match up, but hopefully everything should be better and we'll get more of a fairly regular time. Mm-hmm. And I've kind of pretty much decided, since we have no idea when the hell anything is going to get started, next week or so I'll be setting up all the official news, and like I'll probably have a group doc for us all to see about the Persona 4 Arena like Fight Club, so we can all finally start playing that.
Yeah, I guess we got a lot of people who've been...
Yeah, so anyone who's like added us on PlayStation Network, thanks a bunch for that. Alright, so time for where you can all find us, and you can find us, our official blog is going to be personapodcast.blogspot.com. You can find our group on Facebook by just searching the Persona Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Persona Podcast, and definitely be sure to rate and review us on iTunes. That really, really helps, like, with our ranks and stuff. So just give us 5-star reviews, because all the other stars don't matter. Just all 5s.
Just 5s all the way, guys.
Only 5s, yes.
Only 5s.
And also be sure to follow GamingUnion.net, Anime Pantry, our Atlas forums, and any of the other Atlas USA forums that are awesome. Check out our Tumblr, and you can also email us anything you want. Oh, that's where I found it. It was an email.
Oh.
It was an email. I was like, thank God.
Revelation.
If it's gonna be like gone, I'm gonna like die.
We'll credit you.
This was like some freaking gaming mystery that was just going to kill me. All right. Watch these 16 new Persona. Yeah, so Atlas added 16 videos. Go watch those. Okay, Jack Ross. I don't know if you wanted us to see her name or not, but you didn't say not to. Jack Ross, his question was, if I say it one more time, he'll show up like Beetlejuice. What did you guys think of the Hermit social link of the male side? Innocence and Online, all the stuff he said. Although this is something interesting I didn't add. He just finished Persona 3 for the first time, so discussion on it would be welcome to, and no, I haven't played Persona 4 yet. Well, luckily we've stayed pretty much Persona 4 free so far, and hopefully, Jack, you'll be picking up Golden. And thank God I actually remembered we had someone email us a question.
Wasn't it the first time someone sent
I thought it was going to be. It's the first one that we've been able to use. I've gotten spam before.
Like, what'd you get?
Well, the question spam before I've got is like, does your sex life not satisfy you enough? Would you like to extend it? Well, we've got the answer for you, Persona Podcast.
Viagra.
Well, our Persona Podcast sexual skills are at max rank right now, so we don't need any pills.
We don't need you.
Yes, but before we wrap up, this is going to be a little musical break since this is the end, and I guess actually we can just sort of talk about what we've been up to. I guess, is there anything you'd like to pimp or promote, Melissa, before we take our break and go into Catherine talk?
You can find me on Twitter. My Twitter name is Fatal Flare, and you can also find me on Tumblr as well. Same name.
And Melissa has something going up on gamingunion.net.
Don't know when, but eventually.
It goes up. I tell everybody it has a 1 to 100 day processing plan. It'll go up between those times.
Okay.
But yeah, if you like Jet Set Radio, you can check out her review. And I also reviewed Jet Set Radio, but it's for a college paper. And
I saw it, though.
it's okay. Yeah. People, I liked it. I actually got emails from it about my review, and they were like, I didn't like how you referred to cell shading as almost looks like Pixar, when all of that was actually like my editors and stuff, and all of them were like, oh, we don't know what cell shading is, and I'm like,
we're just gonna give an example.
Yeah, they gave the worst example.
Oh, you should have said something.
I really didn't care at that point because I had been writing about construction and just wanted it to get over. The review, besides that, is the review's fine and everyone seems to like it. But what else I've been working on? I've also, my Borderlands 2 review went up on Gaming Union. If you missed all the malware fun stuff.
Fun stuff right there.
I wrote a feature talking about Assassin's Creed 3 Liberations is being hurt really bad by Assassin's Creed 3, and that's gotten a lot of...
It's their fault for making them come out on the same day.
Yes, so definitely be sure to read and check all that stuff out. And can't really think of too much else that's going on. I just writing a bunch of news and keeping busy.
Keep them busy.
Oh yeah, and I beat Resident Evil 6. How did I not bring that up? Yeah, Resident Evil 6. I think it's awesome in every way, and I love it. So I'm the exact opposite of
Except for everyone else
people.
is a big hypocrite.
Well, it's pretty much down the middle, but the people who hate it really hate it.
Those people.
Okay, and you can also find me at Torchwood4SP and other stuff I do around the internet.
Twitter.
Yeah, all that.
The
And our song this week is actually presented by D'Angelo Thomas, and I don't know why, whenever I say your name, I always think of like a Ninja Turtle. He's probably like, I hate Ninja Turtles. This is the worst example ever.
Guys, why did you say that from my name?
Yes, but that is a horrible way to say it with his voice, but whatever. He wanted us to play Persona 4 Signs of Love, which you will probably be hearing either now or in just a bit. And after that, we will be back from the break and be talking all about Catherine.
Well, who's got to leave? Nobody really got to leave. I don't hear an explanation. All I need is admiration, frustration. Broken side, shall we give a shot? I didn't work. Honey, cause we had a whole lot going on and on and on. Signs of love overshadows my dreams. Baby, don't worry, cause you ain't on. Only time running days without nights. Tease us through. Every time you got the picture in the frame, gives it fascination so hard. Used to think there was nothing but love makes you
Alright everybody, and welcome back from our break, and we'll be talking all about the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 game called Catherine. Because it's October, we needed a game to go over, and I thought Catherine would be awesome because half the people on this podcast haven't played it. Well, what do you know? Half the people who are on the podcast are also not here, but at least Melissa and me have played it, so you'll be able to hear our opinions so far. Now, we're not really going to go too heavy-handed into the story, but pretty much just be talking opinions and what we thought. So, Melissa, anything really you want to, I guess, that stood out to you about the game, like initial opinions? Good or bad? You can just tear it to shreds if you want.
Tear it to shreds. I don't know. It's a very interesting game, and you should play it because it's about life, and you get to learn about booze.
I'm gonna have to stop you right there.
What?
I'm gonna have to stop you right there. That is not what I was expecting you
Not
to say.
life.
That is not
I
what
mean-
I was. No. I wanted to hear. I wanted you to share with everybody else how much you hate
What?
playing this game.
Oh, my frustration and anger.
Your rage again. I was
Okay, so basically, I had a playthrough, and I started it when I first got the game last year. So then I started playing it again, like last week. And then I tried to get through the 4th dungeon or something, and I got really upset because it was so hard, and I don't know why. So then I started another playthrough on easy, and then I beat it. The boss that I couldn't beat. The stupid baby thing.
Although you still find it pretty difficult on easy because it's not.
I
baby
don't know.
mode.
It was surprisingly really easy, that dumb level.
Well, I mean,
for
not
some
all the
reason.
levels though, because I was talking to you when
know.
you're playing someone when you're still having some difficulty.
Oh yeah, I haven't played it in a while. I'll probably go back.
I've had
And beat it
I've
again,
had
that's
a
different.
crazy time playing through it because I'm playing through it on hard, and holy fuck, playing that game on hard is ridiculous because it changes things so much, and you just you don't really think about it, and it pretty much I spent about a half an hour on every puzzle, which made the game last a lot longer.
And how many times did you have to restart?
I had to restart a lot of times. I'm probably in the 50s, about how many times I've had to reset things.
Ew.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's just still a testament, though. I don't hate it for that. I really, really, really still loved playing the game, and it made every time I finally beat a puzzle, that much more satisfying.
Mhm.
So that was definitely, really helpful. I guess trying to think about what else, though. I mean, the story, I don't really have too much opinion on the story. This is still early enough in. It's you're still wondering, oh, what's going on? Who is Catherine? Why do I hate Catherine with a K so much? Pregnancy. Yeah, babies. Babies just ruin everything. It's a...
Ew, that baby.
Oh, yeah, that baby especially.
Not ew.
I thought you were just saying in general, ew, babies. It was
No.
it's
No.
wow, a girl who hates babies. That is always a good start.
I don't hate babies. Just that baby is just yeah.
I don't hate babies. It's just babies.
Excuse me.
I'm just saying that was a hell of an example right there.
Okay. It's just creepy, and that's it.
Oh yeah, it's super creepy. But that's the fun thing about it is even I think somebody was asking Atlas on their Twitter recently. He's like, "Hey, I just started playing Catherine on easy, and it's still really hard." And they were
I agree.
pretty much just keep up with it. It's that's all you really got to tell anyone. It's yes, the game's really hard, but it's still really fun. So it's just, if you stick through it, you'll really enjoy it, or you'll be like Melissa and have to rage through it.
Rage. I didn't rage when I was playing last night.
Yeah, but
It's actually a lot better than it was before.
because you get better at it.
True.
Which is very, very helpful, especially because the game gets ridiculously hard. After this night on, the game is just going to get so balls out difficult because of all the elements they add. Ice, I'm trying to think, so I'm not jumping ahead. Traps already make things really hard. Then when you mix, trying to think of all, there's ice blocks. Do we have the monster blocks yet? I don't.
No.
Okay.
Only the ice blocks I got that far.
Okay, ice blocks and trap blocks. But I guess sort of talking about the decisions you've really made, how have you been playing so far?
I've just been basically trying to get a good ending. Sometimes I'll just pick the wrong thing, you know.
Well, yeah, because the thing about the questions is they're not black and white, cheat or
No.
not to cheat.
Oh,
It's
no.
do you like being a loner or do you like being with people? It's what?
Do you want your child to be like you, or do you not want your child to be like you?
It's just,
And I was okay, I'll just pick, I want my child to be like me, and then it's oh, that's a good answer. I don't
See,
know
my
why.
first playthrough, I was like, I'm gonna answer all of these super honestly,
Yeah.
and I got all red, like super red.
Ooh.
I mean, where I was in my life at that moment, it made a lot of sense. So, but playing through it, like I'm doing it again now, and I'm kind of middling, but more towards the blue this time, which is interesting.
Mhm.
I mean, I always just love all the different questions they have, and it's really interesting. Like sort of like Walking Dead, like picking something, and then at the end it shows you what everyone else picked.
Mhm.
I mean, have you ever like answered like do you have any examples of like you answer something and then you saw like everybody else like did the exact opposite?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Everything just seems very balanced to me when I look at it. Because it's like, who do you prefer, Catherine or Catherine? And I say Catherine with a K. And it seems like more people answer that one. I don't know, because it's just their first time results.
Well, yeah, most people try and be good their first time. Like most people aren't like me, and like when I play games like Infamous, like Infamous is one of those rare cases where I like doing the bad playthrough first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Maybe it's like saying something about me that I haven't noticed yet. But no, it's just really interesting like how well it does the whole morality thing, or I guess like the evil or not be evil gauge.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it'll get more interesting, especially later on, and as the story gets more crazy. Because after this night, it kind of will have more opinions, especially with hopefully more Lauren and Will talking about the game.
Hopefully I'll beat it.
Oh yeah.
And then play it again.
Well, Lauren's already beat it, so she's already done.
Terrible.
She's already done the hard job of actually beating the game like me.
Yes, but has she gotten all the endings?
God, she's not a trophy whore. I mean, God, I'm a trophy whore. I haven't even gotten all the endings. Getting all the endings is ridiculous. But yeah. So I guess sort of wrapping up. Definitely be sure to let us know what you think on Facebook if you kind of want to get into more detail, or email us and stuff. Thanks again for listening, everybody, and we will see you next time. Trying to think if I'm really forgetting anything.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, like I said before, enjoy playing Catherine. Let us know what you think about Catherine, and thanks again for listening to us and stomaching through the past 50 minutes or so of the show. And sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Sorry again
don't
about
have to
being
be
late.
sorry.
It's all my fault. I sneezed.
It's not all your fault. You didn't sneeze.
I sneezed on the internet and Lauren got sick.
Oh.
That's how it happens.
You got everyone sick.
No, just Lauren. I don't know how that happened, but it was just Lauren.
Well, that is the mystery of the world.
Okay, well, thanks for listening, and talk to you guys all later.
Bye.
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 No, bye.
Yo, 夢でキャンセルし One, two, three, get sucked in my sheets これは現実、それか dream 混ざる蜜と濃厚なクリームつながる仕組みは変と変人との関係はエンドエン原点とゴー結ぶ点と点あとはセンスで決まる運命の運命 Left か right か前後左右 Move the brick Step up して解いてく trick Man, you gotta fight for your chick でももいるからできないピック時間はないぜ兄弟君外せば兄弟そんなショータイム登れるとこまで登ろうかい後戻りはできないこの後悔ビッグなハウスにビッグなカーがなくても案外引っかかる押したり引いたりして落とせる頂上目指してやつ射止める Life は結局バブルじゃん弾けるまで要は夢見がちじ
Did
ゃ
we
ん
just like talk about Air Bud the whole time?
Okay.
Those movies sucked,
That
though.
movie sucked. And then they had to make a whole bunch of stupid sequels with puppies.
Now they're Air Buddies.
Oh my
Still,
God.
Buddy. They're not even cute dogs.
They
Like, if they were corgis, I would watch the shit out of that movie.
And then they talk. It's so dumb. Airbud didn't talk.
Yeah, this is that's the only reason why we let him play on the basketball team, because he did. Alright, we should probably get started.
Okay.
We'll just talk about
Okay.
Air Bud all night.
Okay.
Wonder if I should have been recording all that.
What?